Welcome. Tonight's building families. Mr. Michael Warren. Yeah. My mouth is not working correctly tonight. Not enough food yet. We're doing building families. Michael's there.
And the reason I brought these two up is to demonstrate what's there between Autodesk and other people. But also to get into, because for years I was always told Autodesk really doesn't have a way to build families. Well, they do. And I think how many people have experienced downloading a family that just created havoc in your project? It either screwed up your schedule, it screwed up the graphics. However, what makes Revit work has not changed. And that's what's important. You can call it what you want, but there's a set of rules when you're picking how to create it so that it assigns the behavior to work properly inside of Revit. So, these are two sites. I'm going to touch on these. If you guys have another one, outside of that nasty look. Number of types of families. Okay? Should never be more than 5 in one file. As soon as you go over 5, you need to create a type count. It's a little bit unreal inside. Reject, when they do the QA review, they will reject your model if it's bigger than this, unless you give them a really, really good reason that your product is so unique, it requires everything that you model to be on it. Okay, so we go through here, and this actually breaks it down. There is no family guide from Autodesk for MEP or structural. Things turn on. The idea being, of course, is early design, schematic design. Medium is design development. You know, client review, you're getting the CDs ready. Fine being when you release the document. Okay? Now that can correspond to the 100 to 500 level models, but that level of detail increases as your documentation comes out. Down here at the bottom, see that? This is where you get everything. And you don't have to be a manufacturer to get it. All you have to do is click on these links, and all this stuff I'm showing you guys, you can download it, and you now have it. And see there, but you have to use that designation. And then these numbers, if we have time, we'll get into that. Should be what the recommended line type should be. The reason why they did that again is so your graphics don't act crazy in Revit. Well, the preference is that you save your views. Okay, and it's a 3D view, but it's on the back, right? The preference is that if any of you, like, you know, let's have to hype up PTI, right? The view cube, the front goes down to the left. So that way, if you save it to this view, when you're searching through your library, this is the preview that you see. Okay? And the other thing, when you create a new, notice theirs doesn't say interior or exterior. To get into a debate about this, and I'm going to bring up Scott again. If he were live, it actually doesn't matter, because you can go down in the properties inside your project, and the door knows where it's lit. It understands. And it can also tell you if it's left-hand, reverse. Last thing that they violated before we go build our model is this. The name of the reference point. Did you ever notice that when you try to reassign them, even when you make your models, if you guys use reference planes in your models, and you don't name them, you can't pick them. That's why. Because what's it show? But the cool thing is, the view is going to work. Okay.
When you're talking about those detailed groups and profiles, so what's your thought about, if we have some good AutoCAD profiles?
A way that I can come up with to be able to kind of add on there somebody else's family without affecting their initial model. Done to be able to do something like that. So we can go in and basically plug in a couple of things up front with the picture of the type of that.
This will show up. Show this only if it's cut. All the detail levels will be there. So I want this to be everywhere. Or if I do that, yes, but only when it's cut at all these detail levels. That's important. That affects that geometry again. So if you have little hatch lines and other stuff, that's when you hang out with that. You know, that they already have. This is the one that comes from Autodesk. I just call it reheat coil hot water. Theirs just says coil hot water. And so that's where I don't agree with Autodesk. Use the placeholder crap. Either make it right yourself if If it doesn't exist, then it's not trustable, okay? You guys all understand connectors, right? They should face out. Regardless of if it's in for flow and out for flow, they face out. Because what that does, if you ever been in and you picked on a piece of equipment, whether it's plumbing or air, you click on it, it gets that little duct on it or pipe, that allows you to draw off of that element. If you face it in the wrong direction, it ain't gonna happen. So when you get bad families,